Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, Real Chalk Reviews. We have reached the season finale to Tyler Perry's Zatima. This is season 3, episode 20, To Die For. So we open up the episode exactly where we left off, with Fatima coming up the stairs and catching Zach in between the sheets and wants to know what the F is going on up in here. He turns around like, what the F, because he thought it was Fatima, so he says, and we realize it's Leslie with her crazy behind. Fatima tells her to get the F up out of her bed because she will unalive her, and all Leslie can do is apologize. So after probably having Zach's Peter touching her booty cheeks, Leslie was able to get out the door still breathing, and I was shocked. So Zach, he claimed that he thought Leslie was Fatima, and she wanted to know, how could you not know it wasn't me? So he started hemming and hawing and really didn't have an answer for her, and she's like, oh, so you're lying. So he's trying to make a little jokey joke and deflect all at the same time, talking about cupcakes and how she was holding, but child, nobody wanted to hear all of that. Nobody wanted to hear that. And then he claims that he didn't touch her once he realized that she wasn't Fatima. Sir, no, you realized it wasn't Fatima when Fatima yelled out and you turned around. But your meat had already touched them cheeks, baby. Now, amazingly, Fatima didn't care. She does say that Leslie has lost her mind, but she had to do a whole woosah thing where she's breathing in, breathing out, calming her nerves. But she says that this is lightweight and she'll handle it. Now, Zach wants to know how she got in the house, and Fatima says she doesn't know. Where is the dialogue talking about the spare key? This scene really was unrealistic, to be honest. You have Fatima crashing out unprovoked over there, tearing up Deja's apartment for no reason, and you mean to tell me a butt-booted, naked female that you know that has already taken one of your men in the bed with your current fiance, and you just let her go like that? Girl, stop. So I guess they're really trying to push the issue of Zach and Fatima's character showing growth and not being so hot-headed and crashing out, which is cool. She's pregnant, but at least ask questions and have a conversation and stop letting people just play in y'all face. So they basically just moved on like that foolishness never even happened. So now we move to the next day and we're at the church finally laying Miss Gladys to rest. Pastor is up there. He's talking to Zach, letting him know that him and Miss Gladys, they grew up together and she actually introduced him to his wife. He continued on with the eulogy and he talked about her drug addiction, and he spoke to anyone who needed to hear it to use Miss Gladys's life as a reminder to not stop trying to get better. So as the choir is singing, Jeremiah comes into the church and he's trying to fix his clothes. He takes his hat off, he grabs one of the programs, and he's doing this little two-step march down the aisle as if he's in a wedding or something. So when he gets up to Zach, he's telling him to move over, and Zach is really not in the mood. He knows that Jeremiah is high, so, they do the whole back and forth thing, and Jeremiah, he finally sits down, and he yells out, why is the casket closed? Because he wants to see his mom. So now he's starting to become a little disruptive, and Fatima grabs his face, telling him to relax, and he tells her, don't touch me. So in that moment, I felt like Fatima shouldn't have put her hands on him, because as they keep stressing, he's high, so you don't know how he's going to react. So Fatima, she's on this mission to get him to calm down. She wants him to go take a walk with her. Jeremiah is like, he's not going anywhere. Zach is trying to tell her, look, leave it alone. He's high, because if you go out there with him and he does something to you, it's on and popping. So Fatima, she rounded up Nate and Tony to help her with Jeremiah to get him outside. So Angela, she fixed her lips to ask Bryce to go help Fatima, and Bryce was like, I don't know, he looks angry. He like, no ma'am, I'm not going. So the four of them, they go outside, and Jeremiah's complaining because they kicked him out of the church. Fatima tells him, we didn't do that. Don't you see how beautiful this service is? And Jeremiah says, I didn't see nothing because y'all kicked me out. So Fatima, she's being very calm and nurturing and asking him, like, don't you want to honor your mother's legacy? He agreed to that, but he did want to know why she was being so nice to him. And she told him, look, I care about you and I want to see you well. So Jeremiah, he agrees to go back inside. So Fatima, she sings, it was nice, it was beautiful. Afterwards, the pastor was saying that it was time for words of expressions from one of her sons. And why did he say that? Because now Jeremiah wants to know why just one of the sons. Jeremiah was like, I want to talk too. I was with my mama more than he was. I'm intelligent. I can talk. Zach really didn't have the energy for it all, so he told Jeremiah, look, go ahead, you can have it. I want to hear what you got to say anyway. So the pastor, he's being very dismissive of Jeremiah, like, no, we're not going to do that. Says Jeremiah has no position, and Jeremiah stood up like, no position, like, oh, you don't want me to talk. And I don't know why he did that, because now Jeremiah is spraying all his tea all over the church, saying how when Miss Gladys used to come in there to try to get help and have him pray for her, he would take advantage of her. He started saying that Jeremiah was lying and started calling him the devil. And Jeremiah was like, I'm the devil? What you did to my mama was wrong. And I believe Jeremiah. And we need to put a pin in this and explore it further, because is this pastor's last name Taylor or is it Matthews? But nevertheless, there's a reason he doesn't want Jeremiah to stand up here and tell his truth. Jeremiah, he goes and kisses the casket, and the pastor is yelling, this funeral is over. And Jeremiah is yelling, no, I want to talk about my mama. And he brings up this dance that him and Zach used to do that made her laugh, and he wants to do it one last time. The pastor didn't care what Jeremiah was talking about. He told the choir to sing a song because the funeral was over. The beat dropped, and baby, Jeremiah went to shimmying and crying all the way out the door, hollering about, Mama! Baby, I was screaming. So we leave the church and go straight to Zach and Fatima's for the repast. And for some reason, Angela is telling Bryce to go upstairs and talk to Zach. And Fatima had to straighten her like, girl, no ma'am, don't be telling him to go up there. So then Fatima, she runs into Preston and he wants to go see Zach, and she kind of diverts him from that, saying she was going to check on him first to see what was going on. So she goes upstairs to see about him, and they basically have the same conversation that they had right after Miss Gladys passed. Him feeling like he should feel some kind of way, but he really doesn't. And at the end of the day, he feels relief because he doesn't have to worry about her anymore. So Fatima, she reassured him and told him just give it some time, he'll be fine. And they brought up him talking to Dr. Reed. So they have their whole Zatima moment with the I love yous and I've never had anyone love me like you type talk. And Fatima brings up Connie, saying that Zach needs to tell her that because she was downstairs. And for some reason, Zach was shocked that Fatima invited her and brought up the fact that they used to hunt. I'm kind of confused why they're even bringing Connie up in this manner, because in the last couple of weeks, I thought Connie and Fatima had gotten a little closer with her helping her plan a funeral. You know that she was close to Miss Gladys. She was trying to help you with the whole Jeremiah Zach situation, pounding the pavement to keep him off of Jeremiah's neck. She took you to the hospital and told you she was going to wear you down so y'all could become cool. Now, of course, you have to keep your good eye on these females, but I just don't feel like Connie has done anything to deserve this stray bullet when Leslie and Belinda are getting away with everything. So we go back downstairs and Preston is on his phone when we see Deja. Now, why is Deja in their house? Like, it makes absolutely no sense. So basically, she just came in there, flirted with Preston, gave him her phone number, secured her little relationship spot with him, I guess, come season 4. But the minute she sees Fatima coming down the stairs, she leaves, just random as hell. Zach and Preston chop it up for a minute, and Zach lets him know he was glad that he made it. Of course, Preston's favorite words were, you know, I got you. And he told Zach, don't worry about the whole money situation. He wanted him to focus on himself right now and wanted to know, did he need anything? And Zach said no, he was fine. So Zach, he went over there to talk to Connie. She addressed the crowd and tried to tell this old story about Miss Gladys and how mean she was. And it kind of triggered Zach a little bit, because whatever happened, apparently Miss Gladys must have beat him so bad he ended up in the hospital. So they got over that. And Fatima, being as secure as she says she is, she runs over there when she sees them talking. And Connie, she goes into this whole song and dance, letting both of them know that she has mad respect for them, trying to let Fatima know, look, what me and Zach had, it's over, it's dead. This is like my family. Now, we, the audience, know that she really needs to talk to Zach and Fatima and find out if they would be willing to get her kids should something happen to her due to this illness. So Tony and Nate, they join the conversation, and Tony makes a speech to Zach letting him know, look, we're here because we love you, and we may be messy and dysfunctional, but hey, it's our own messy, dysfunctional family, Zach attack and locked in for life. So we go over there to listen to Angela and Belinda's conversation, and the two of them start judging each other for the type of men that they're dating. Nate being a married man and Bryce liking a little Peter every now and again. So somehow the conversation switched towards Connie, and Belinda was saying that Connie was trying to get up on Zach she would know because it takes one to know one, right? With Angela saying she thinks that Connie is being sincere and is truly happy for Zach and Fatima. But they both agreed that Fatima wasn't going for it and was watching Connie with both of her side eyes. So all of a sudden, Jeremiah comes busting through the door, running into Zach. And then these guys come walking in the door behind him. They come in looking for Jeremiah, and Zach wants to know who they are. Still not answering Zach's question, he says, where the F is that ninja? And Zach says, you're going to have to get the F up out my house. He tells Zach, F your house. Zach has to turn around and look at Fatima because he is about to get active. Without uttering one word, Fatima gave him that look while she's holding her stomach. He understood the assignment and knew exactly what it meant. Do not throw it all away. Think about me and this baby. So he literally swallows his pride and he politely asks them to leave his house, please. So Nate and Tony, they have to add their little 2 cents, and Big Boy was like, look, I see y'all. Okay, y'all all right with me. I'm going to go ahead and go this time, but I'm still going to F that ninja up. So everything was cool. Everything was handled. They're getting ready to leave nice and peacefully when Jeremiah comes out of the blue and he swings on the guy, and now this big fight breaks out. So all of a sudden you see Preston giving Big Boy these body shots that are not phasing this man not one bit. He takes a piece up out of his pants the whole time Preston is giving him these body shots, and he fires a shot towards the kitchen where we know Fatima was standing. Zach looks that way and says Fatima with this scared look on his face. When the camera pans to the kitchen, Fatima is nowhere to be found. And that's where the episode and the season ends. Woo child. We have made it through another season of Zatima. It seems like it goes so fast. The good thing is season 4 is already filmed, so when we'll get it is another story, but we'll be here waiting on it, so it's all good. As far as season 3 goes, what were some of your thoughts on it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Overall, I thought it was a pretty decent season. I thought the cast did an amazing job, but we were left with quite a few unanswered questions that hopefully we will get the answers to in season 4, and it makes sense. As far as this season finale, they left us on a cliffhanger, making us think that Fatima got shot. Do you guys think she actually was shot? We know she's not unalived. Could it have been Jeremiah? Maybe Connie? What if the bullet went into Deja's apartment? That would be interesting. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you guys thought about it. And as always, you guys, thanks for all of the support. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll catch you when Zatima season 4 returns. Peace.